It's Dr. Todd Lyson from Lifestyle Integration, and today's going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to be speaking about nature and the power of nature and getting outside, and I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. And this is the view from my front yard, and I'm showing you this for a particular reason, which I'll get into a little bit later. It's about 6:30 in the morning here, and as you can see, I live right at the base of this mountain up here in Cairns in Queensland. So I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to drive about 10 minutes from here and pick up the footage from there. So we're now about 10 minutes from my house, and we're actually at the base of that mountain at a creek called Stony Creek, part of the Barron Gorge National Park. And it's not so much the location here that matters, it's just the fact that we need to be getting out into nature. And I'm going to be going through a lot of good information, but regardless of whether you live in a place similar to this or if you're in a big city, it's being out in nature that's the key. So we're going to go up this path and we're going to do a little bit of rock hopping, and I'm going to stop periodically and just go a few things as we go. I've chosen this spot to speak about a couple of concepts because I find it really represents a lot of what nature's all about. And that first concept is that it's real. I find, and I think most of you would find as well, that we seem to really live our lives on that perpetual hamster wheel where we're just going and going and going, and things just keep getting faster and faster. And the life that we choose to live, from the way that I'm looking at it, isn't really real. It's not about the real concepts that exist out there, whereas this is more representative of what I believe to be real. If you look around, everything fits. Everything's here for a reason. It's an entire ecosystem. This is a wet tropical rainforest. There's an entire ecosystem here where if you remove one of those parts, everything falls out of balance. And that's what nutritional balancing is all about, the balance of things. We need to get the mineral balance right, the vitamin balance right, the exercise balance, the lifestyle balance. All of these things have to come together. So for me, being in nature is where I do my absolute best thinking. It's virtually my sort of therapy, if you will, to get my head in the right place. The other reason I brought you to this location is that when you get out in nature, you feel more relaxed. You enjoy yourself more, and you can spend quality time with people you love. So this pool here, this rainforest pool, you can see the big rock to my right. That's a jumping rock, and you'll also see that there's a rope swing there. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent here with my family, my kids, of them jumping off of that rock, and even the rock to my left over here, you can climb up that and then jump into this pool. It's that deep. It's quality time with the people that you love when you get out into nature. So here we are at the end of the official path for Stony Creek, and you can see that it is a beautiful destination. We've got this beautiful gorge that's been carved out over hundreds of thousands of years. The actual path was just up there that brought me through here. And you can see down here a bit of the spray from that waterfall that's carved it out over hundreds of thousands of years. And then behind me you can see the sort of pool that's been built up. That's a wonderful little swimming pool. And this is a great destination, and the path that brings you here is a beautiful path. However, it's a bit of a metaphor, and it's a metaphor for what path you're on in your life. Are you currently happy with what you're doing and where you are? And I think most people will reply that they're not fully happy, that they're not leading a life of purpose, and that they don't even necessarily know what their purpose is. And nature is a fantastic tool to help you figure out your purpose and just get a better idea of who you are, where you fit in, and what you're meant to be doing. And to do it, sometimes you have to get off the beaten path. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to get off the path. We're not following any path now. We're going to go upstream and just simply rock hop and see what's up on the top of that stream. So here we are after our journey up the creek, and after a little bit of effort and work, you can see that the reward is absolutely incredible. I've got my own personal swimming pool and waterfall in the middle of a tropical rainforest with not another person around for kilometers. Nature is a really powerful way to learn about ourselves and our world and where we fit in. And I don't have enough time to fully explain that, but I can expose you to a book called Nature and the Human Soul by Bill Plotkin that can. And I can tell you that this is one of the most influential books that I've ever read. And in it, he explains a good ecocentric, not egocentric, but ecocentric way of living and going through various stages in life. He lays out a wheel of explaining what's involved in going through a healthy childhood, then an adolescent, then an adult, and then an elderhood. And he makes a very good point that I fully agree with, and I think this will be of interest to most of you watching, is that most people are actually adult in body, but adolescent in mind. And by that he means that most adults never went through the right processes to become a fully self-actualized adult. So an adolescent, here's the key, an adolescent, the purpose and the job of an adolescent is to figure out who they are, why they're here, what their unique skills and gifts are. That's their job. And then the job of the adult is to bring those unique skills and purposes and just uniqueness to the world in a way that they can actually use. And most adults are not on purpose. They never went through that healthy adolescence to figure out how to become fully self-actualized. And nature plays a huge role in that he very, very well explains in here. There are actual things that need to be accomplished through each of these stages to move through to the healthy adult and then the healthy elder. A quick story to wrap things up. When I moved from Toronto to Australia many years ago, I was living in a smaller town called Innisfail. And when I was there, it was great. It was much smaller, it's in the tropics, it was very relaxed, pretty much beachfront, and it felt really good. But I had the urge on weekends to get out and go bushwalking. I had to connect and just get grounded. After a while, we decided to move into the actual bush in the rainforest, and that urge to go bushwalking and immerse myself in nature and be grounded disappeared because I was in it all the time. And then we moved back into town, and that urge came back again. And then when we decided to move to Cairns, and that's why I showed you the clip at the beginning of this video of where I live, you can see that now I live in the shadow of a mountain, and I'm immersed in nature as much as I possibly can so that I'm grounded all the time. And I realize we cannot all live in this place, but wherever we live, whether it be in the cities or in the towns, we can go for walks in nature. We can go to parks, we can go to beaches, and we can accomplish these things. I'd highly recommend that everyone give this book a good read, and if you do, please comment below the video here, because I would love to hear what you have to say and think, or even send me a personal email and I'll be sure to get back to you and let you know what I think. I think we can leave things there for now, so until next time everyone, keep well, and remember, things don't change, we do. I'm going to go for a little bit of a swim, and then I've got my hammock that's made from recycled parachute behind me here and have a little bit of a nap. Take care.